Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to be talking about how to help you get good grades, whether it's in high school or college. So today's a double whammy. It applies for both college students and to high school students. Now that we're part of the way into the year, you've got a pretty good idea now how academics are going to be going for you this year, whether it's in college or high school. You've already turned in papers, taken tests, and hopefully you've gotten grades back from those. And if you aren't totally satisfied with how those grades turned out, don't worry, there are ways that you can work to improve those grades. It's really important to remember that mistakes are how we learn. I feel like someone really wise said that, but I don't know who, so we'll just credit it to me. The way you learn from your mistakes is by taking the feedback that you got on your test or paper and then applying it so that way you know what mistakes not to make the next time you go around. Overall though, here are just some general tips on how you can work on improving your grades, whether it's in high school or in college. Numero uno, communication. It is essential that you communicate with your teacher or professor. There is no way that you can effectively learn if you aren't communicating with them. So if you ever have questions in class, raise your hand and ask. If you have questions about your homework, go into their office and talk to them about it. Or in the case of you getting a grade back for a test or paper, go and meet with that professor and ask, what did I do wrong here and how can I improve this next time? They will greatly appreciate the fact that you took the time to come talk to them, so long as you go during their office hours. If you aren't really sure about how to go talk to your professor, check out this video from over the summer where we actually talked about ways to go and meet with your professor. Make sure you always are talking with your professor. If you don't understand why you got a grade, you ask them why, so that way you can learn from any mistakes that you might have made and then apply that knowledge to improve your grade next time. My second tip for you is to go and meet with either your teacher's assistant for your course if you're in college, or you can go meet with any sort of aide that is assigned to your class. Now this step really is geared more towards college students because typically in high schools you don't have a teaching assistant assigned to your class. But what you can do with this TA or PLA or whatever fancy acronym your college has come up with for this position is that you can go and meet with them and get help with homework or papers or any other assignments that you are unsure about. I utilized a PLA when I was at Gettysburg College, and they helped me succeed in the classes that I was taking. It is not a bad thing to go and use one of these teaching assistants. They are here to help you, so go and use them. Number 3, along the same lines of working with a teacher's assistant, you can also go to big group review sessions that might be held for your class, either led by the professor or the teaching assistant, or you can put together your own study group made up of people from your classes. These study groups are a really great way for you to collaborate together and help each other benefit from the knowledge that you all have. Because odds are, if you don't know something, someone else in the class will, so they can teach you that, and then you can teach them something that they don't know. It's kind of like those little fish that swim along sharks and eat the parasites, except not really, but you get the idea. Fourth tip is you can use your campus's writing center. Again, this is more geared towards college students. However, when you're a high school student, you will have a lot of different places you can go to get a paper proofread, whether it's to your librarian or the teacher of your class or anything like that. In college, there's one centralized location, usually called the writing center, where you can go and have your paper proofread, typically by English majors. They really enjoy proofreading and helping you to make your paper better than it was before. For some classes you take, this might actually even be required by your professor. So be sure to know if that is required. It usually will say in your course syllabus at the beginning of the year. If you don't go to the campus writing center, at least have someone proofread your paper, which if you need that person, I can actually proofread it for you. If you use our Pennsylvania Goes to College email address here, you can email me any essay and I will be happy to proofread it for you. And my last tip for how you can improve your grades is to take a look at the video that we put up over the summer, which talks about study strategies and different ways that you can utilize these strategies to make yourself a more effective studier. By checking out this video, there's a lot of great advice there, and you can utilize that as the year goes along and you face new tests and papers and whatever else may come your way. If you have any questions on how you can work to improve your grades and if your grades are something that you need to be worrying about right now, do send an email to the Pennsylvania Goes to College email address and I'll be happy to get back to you as soon as I can. Alright everyone, I'll see you next week.